Personally, what's been very exciting is I'm brand new to the area, originally from Kansas as a farm girl down there, and then being introduced to the southeast corner of Minnesota. Our company, Civil Sass Hops, is out in Chatfield. So we have a really neat location. We are right there on the corner. 52 comes out of Rochester, and we're right there as you enter into the driftless region or you enter into the bluff country, the different ways people describe that area. Mm-hmm. And 52 on a Friday through Chatfield is nuts. Like, it's just crazy. Traffic is backed up for blocks going through the stoplight there. Everyone's headed down to go RVing for the weekend. They're going out to go exploring. And we get a ton of motorcycles going past our hops yard. So I'm out there working daily, and it's been really neat just to observe the traffic that goes on past our hops yard. And that's brought to our attention is how much rural tourism is going on right outside of Rochester. And we see a lot of opportunity, a lot of possibility there. And we're bringing our hops into Rochester to craft beer, to the breweries here, but we're also seeing people want to come out to the hops yard and interact with the hops there on site. And so, that really gets our wheels going as far as what can we, with a hops yard, offer to like a really budding community, and especially like a really budding craft beer scene. And we're seeing that, recently we had Little Thistle open up. We have Thesis Beer Project on the horizon. We have already some very established breweries here in town. We have Karst Brewing out in Fountain. And it's very neat to feel the enthusiasm build around the breweries. We see it too, breweries being such a hub of community. And it's been neat for us to be an agricultural crop, but still be able to be a part of that really enthusiastic community with something that we weren't able to do with corn or soybeans. So Civil Sass Hops is our company's name. Now, Civil and Sass, it's like the perfect dichotomy. It's the perfect blending of opposites, the Civil and the Sass. Our name has evolved into something very neat to match that dichotomy. Civil is our roots. It's our traditional agricultural setting out there in a very civil setting. And then that Sass side of it comes into, hops are really the life of the party in a beer. And we like to see ourselves as that growing hops. Our Sass side of our business is our hops. Like, that's our foundation as far as being able to really promote in a very progressive, beer-oriented community. So we're on a third-generation family farm out there. It's my husband's family farm here in Minnesota. And we are diversifying our corn acreage with hops. So we're going into our second year. Now, hops, there's a long-running history in this general Midwest area with hops. So back at the Civil War era time frame, and when this, our statehood was really coming along here in Minnesota, we had one of the largest areas of hop production. So you had a ton of poundage coming out of Wisconsin and Minnesota areas. But is really neat is because of the craft beer movement, because we're having, 5-6 breweries opening up in just Rochester right here, and we have some rural breweries opening up, the trickle-down effect of that is it's now affecting farmers, is now affecting us. We're able to provide hops because of what the local community wants. For me, I grew up on a family farm in Kansas. So I was raised with a farming mentality, but I naturally always saw myself from a very young age going into the design field. I actually studied and got my degree in interior design, and then worked professionally as an interior designer at an architecture firm. Doing my dream job, I got to design hotels nationwide. My husband and I got married, and we made the decision to take on the responsibility of carrying his family farm into the next generation. I am able to incorporate my design skills and energies, and I'm able to still incorporate that into our business. And I do believe that with the response we've gotten from the community, we'll see. I would love to take our hops more into a hospitality avenue with them. But I have to laugh because Jake, he truly is an entrepreneur, like just his mindset. He's had the knack in him for, a very, very long time. He also he was a infantry officer in the Army for 7 years. So he got some phenomenal skills in that career that he had. We're a great husband and wife team. But then outside of that, as far as business partners go, we have completely complementary personalities when it comes to being business owners. So it's been a very fun journey for the two of us. So we're actually expanding our acreage. Like a very concrete thing that we're going to be doing is expanding our acreage by 125%. So we'll be at 2.5 acres, which fills out our corner of the field before we do a commercial sized expansion. So we're very excited about that. We're going to be able to bring some new varieties in there. We're going to be able to try out our practices on a much larger commercial type of scale. So we're looking forward to that. We also have a ton of collaboration efforts in the works for next year. And that involves working with new breweries and up-and-coming breweries. That also involves working with other types of venues that you wouldn't necessarily expect to see hops in. We're very excited about some of that. So different food collaborations, different florist collaborations, some different ways to truly bring hops to the community in a much more interactive type of way and in different ways. That way you can experience hops even outside of drinking beer.